Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I cover everything about cameras tech and the gear that helps creators take their work to the next level, so if that sounds like your thing, make sure to subscribe and stick around. Now today's video is a big one. The photography and filmmaking world is buzzing because we've just had some of the most exciting leaks of the year. At the center of all this hype is Sony's next-generation hybrid camera, the rumored A7V. Now, I know what you're probably thinking. It feels like Sony drops a new alpha camera every year. What makes this one special? Well, here's why this is different. Early reports are saying the A7V could be like a mini Alpha 1-2, and that's a massive deal. We're talking about a camera that could deliver flagship-level features like a 44-megapixel sensor, AI-powered autofocus, 20 frames per second burst shooting, and even 4K at 120 frames per second or possibly 8K video recording, all in a body that could cost less than half of Sony's flagship Alpha 1-2. If these rumors are true, the A7V isn't just going to be another incremental update. It could completely reshape the mid-range full-frame market, giving professionals and creators insane performance at a price point that's actually attainable. So in this video, I'm going to break down all the latest details and rumors covering the sensor, autofocus, speed, video, power, body design, release timeline, and pricing. By the end, you'll see exactly why the Sony A7V might be one of the most anticipated cameras of 2025. Why the Sony A7V could change the game. The A7 IV was already a hugely popular camera among creators, but the A7V is shaping up to be much more than just a refresh. Instead of small incremental updates, Sony seems to be aiming much higher, bringing performance levels dangerously close to the Alpha 1-2. And here's the kicker. While the Alpha 1-2 costs around $6,500, the A7V is rumored to land in the $2,800 $3,000 range. That means serious shooters could get professional level stills and video for less than half the price of Sony's flagship. This strategy could allow Sony to dominate the mid-range full-frame market while putting real pressure on Canon's R5 and Nikon's Z8, Z9. The 44MP sensor upgrade. One of the most exciting leaks is the new 44-megapixel backside illuminated BSI full-frame sensor. Compared to the 33MP sensor in the A7 IV, this is a significant jump. It offers more detail, more flexibility for cropping, and higher resolution for genres like landscape, portrait, and commercial photography. The BSI design means better light gathering, giving improved low-light performance even without going to a stack sensor. Some early rumors floated a 42MP or stacked 33MP option, but right now, the 44MP BSI sensor seems the most likely. It would allow Sony to deliver a balance of high resolution without flagship pricing. AI-driven autofocus. Sony has always led the industry in autofocus, and the A7V could take it up another level. Rumors suggest the camera will include a dedicated AI processor like the one found in the A9 III and Alpha 1-2, advanced subject detection, humans, animals, birds, vehicles, and maybe even insects. Next-gen eye tracking with predictive motion, making it nearly impossible to lose focus on a moving subject. Smarter focus transitions for video creators where AF feels more natural and cinematic. This isn't just about locking onto your subject anymore, it's about autofocus that behaves more like a smart assistant working with you. Speed and burst shooting for still photographers. Here's a major upgrade. The A7 IV maxed out at 10 frames per second. The A7V is rumored to hit 20 frames per second, and not just with small files, but with massive 44MP raw images. If Sony gives this camera a strong buffer and fast processing, it could become a dream machine for sports and wildlife shooters who want both speed and resolution without paying flagship prices. Video power, 4K 120 frames per second and possible 8K. Now let's talk video, because this is where the A7V could really shine. 4K at 120 frames per second is almost guaranteed, likely with full-frame readout or minimal crop. 8K recording is rumored but not confirmed. If Sony adds it, the A7V would directly challenge Canon's EOS R5 and Nikon's Z8, Z9. Expect pro video tools, S-Log 3S Cinetone, high bit rates, and possibly RAW over HDMI. Better thermal management is also rumored, meaning fewer overheating issues during long 8K or 4K sessions. For under $3,000, this could make the A7V one of the most powerful hybrid video cameras on the market. Body build and handling design. Wise, the A7V may take inspiration from the Alpha 1-2 with a more premium and durable feel. Magnesium alloy body with improved weather sealing. Deeper grip for better ergonomics, especially with long lenses. 9.44mm OLED EVF with up to 240 Hz refresh rate. Larger 3.2 vari-angle LCD, brighter and more responsive to touch. Better heat dissipation for extended video recording. All of this points toward a pro-level build at a mid-range price. Stabilization. Another big area of improvement could be stabilization. Expect upgraded 5-axis in-body stabilization. Rumors suggest a new dynamic active mode which combines mechanical and digital stabilization. This would deliver smoother handheld footage, which is a huge win for vloggers and filmmakers. Release date and price. So when might we see it? Early leaks suggested a March 2025 launch, but recent reports hint at production delays which could push it back to late 2025 or even early 2026. As for pricing, the most common rumor places it between $2,800 and $3,000, around €3,200, €3,500 in Europe. Some whispers even suggest Sony might undercut expectations with a $2,500 launch price, which would be mind-blowing for what's on offer. If even half of these rumored specs make it into the final product, the Sony A7V could be an absolute game-changer. A 44MP sensor for incredible detail. AI autofocus that feels futuristic. 20 FPS burst shooting at high resolution. 4K 120 frames per second and potentially 8K video. All packed into a flagship-style body at half the flagship price. For photographers, it's about speed and resolution. For videographers, it's about powerful recording features. For hybrid creators, it could be the perfect all-in-one tool. And there you have it, everything we know so far about Sony's rumored A7V. If even half of these leaks turn out to be accurate, this camera could be an absolute game-changer. Think about it: a 44MP BSI sensor for stunning detail, AI autofocus that feels like the future, 20 frames per second burst speeds for action shooters and serious video power with 4K 120 frames per second and maybe even 8K, all potentially in a package priced under $3,000. That's the kind of value that could completely dominate the hybrid camera market and force Canon and Nikon to respond. But as always, I want to hear what you think. What excites you most about the A7V? Is it the higher resolution sensor for stills, the advanced autofocus system, or the video features that could rival much more expensive bodies? Drop your thoughts, predictions, and even your wish list for the A7V in the comments below. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to hit that like button. It really helps support the channel. And if you're new here, consider subscribing and turning on the notification bell so you don't miss my upcoming deep dives, comparisons, and reviews on the A7V and all the other major camera releases of 2025. Thanks so much for watching. I appreciate you spending your time here with me, and I'll see you in the next video.